Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how I quite feel about this show. This is the last Show Sho Nuff Divided of the regular season for the NFL. And look, why not go out with a bang? And that is just what we're going to do. It's your boy Willie Epteen Jr. Check it in live, loud, and in color. We got a couple of newbies as far as the Show Sho Nuff Divided goes. We have a new family member and an old one that's checking in that hadn't been here in a while. Of course, Leslie and Brian are here to spat like siblings do. And y'all say a prayer for Teshia because her whole house is sick. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all send some up for the sissy there. So we got to go ahead and get this thing kicked off. And when I say kicked off, man, that is exactly what I mean. So you already know what time it is. It's time to go get it, y'all. Let's go.
Right about now, you're about to be possessed by the sounds.
Yeah, I know what it is. You little suckers get to talking, grabbing, not walking, strapped to the pong, getting jaws and smacking, they sleep with the coffins. And they getting greedy like saying, give me all.
Gosh, you already know what it is when you hear that music. It is on once again. We're going to bring everybody in here in just a second. Thank you guys out there for checking us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram TV. That's right, baby. And of course, Twitter. Let's go ahead and bring in the combatants or the siblings for that matter. There's Brian. There's Leslie. What's going on, fam?
What's going on?
Nothing going on here. I hope everybody had a happy new year.
Yes, and speaking of just that, happy new year to everyone out there watching all over the planet, courtesy of the ShakeBack Media Group family, and of course, everybody here in the Epteen household. We wish everyone a happy new year and a prosperous one at that. But let's go ahead and bring in, because we got some new blood and some not really old blood. I guess it would be like middle school blood, because this first gentleman, he's decked out in his cowboy gear, and I don't know how I feel about it, but you know what? If Miguel vouches for him, I'm going to vouch for him. He's all right with me. There he is, Stephen Mack. Stephen, what's going on, sir?
Hey, how's it going? How are y'all?
Everything's lovely, man. Everything's lovely. And we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to link up with us for this final episode of a Show Sho Nuff Divided for the NFL season. And then certainly, last but certainly not least, this gentleman right here, I can't tell you how much affection I have for this man. He helped me out in the very beginning. This has been long overdue. Back when we were at like 80, 90 followers, this dude grabbed a hold of the vision and he shared the vision with some people out there. And the next thing you know, we went from like 80 followers to almost 200 in the span of overnight. And I'm talking about none other than Miguel Nunez. What's up, man? How you doing? It's been a long time, bro.
Shut it down. Mr. Nunez right here. How's everybody doing?
Everybody's fine, man, and we're gonna get to that here in just a second. Again, we appreciate everybody out there checking us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram TV, and of course the Twitter. You know what? I need to take a drink after that because I think my throat hurts. So I don't have the stuff that Miguel and Steven and Leslie, what do you got going on over there? Talk to me.
Cosmos.
Leslie needs some of these.
We look
On Wednesdays we drink martinis.
Brian, where you at, man? You're not partaking? No
drink tonight.
Okay, so we might need a drink after. Well,
He does that now, but you never know. Wow, he broke it out halfway through the show.
Because he did that one time before. He's like, hold on. And next thing you know, he came back and he was stumbling. But anyway, I'm just joking. All right, guys, I am ready to get this going. We're going to have Steven and Miguel for the first few minutes of the show. So let's go ahead and get into their Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions, the game that took place this past, what was it, was it Saturday? This past Saturday night
Right.
at the Big Boss Hog Bowl over there in Arlington, Texas. Some people call it the Chicken Fried Nation. Some people call it Jerry World. Other people just call it simply AT&T Stadium. But no matter what they call it, the Cowboys play there, Miguel. And so they got the victory over the Lions 20-19. I just need to know, man, how are you feeling about that game and more importantly, the result of that game?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank every Cowboy fan for tuning in for this show. And, it was a tight game. It was a big controversy at the end. But I think, you cannot blame the referees. Not because I'm a Cowboy fan. You cannot blame the referees. You have to be assured of who was eligible for that play, and they were not sure about it. They were confusing everyone. So even the referees were confused. So I don't blame the referees. But I'll tell you what, it was right for us. We won.
Yeah. You're going to say the caveat, not because you're a Cowboy fan. And I'm willing to bet that anybody out there that's watching that's not a Cowboy fan just might disagree with you. But we're going to bring in another Cowboy fan, and of course, is Steven. Steven, your thoughts about your team's victory over the Lions in the controversial way that it ended?
Honestly, the game was a lot closer than it should have been. I mean, if you take into account that CeeDee Lamb drop right there at the goal line with that awkward touchback rule, that's 7 points there. And then if the refs would have called the correct tripping call on Aiden Hutchinson, which stopped Dallas's drive at the end of the game to begin with, I mean, Pollard runs, gets 5, 6, 7 yards, and that puts a short field right there. Dallas inevitably potentially gets the first down, runs the clock out. They never punt the ball back to Detroit to begin with, and we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Okay, Brian. I know you've got something to say about this, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and speak your piece.
As much as I would love to troll the Cowboys, since we've got two on the show here today, I kind of agree with Miguel. I mean, they didn't. To be honest, it was a mess, for the Lions. Like, I don't know what they were thinking, trying to have two different guys or two guys report as eligible. It just didn't make any sense, And then the one guy that catches it, he's covered up or was uncovered, one of the two. Either way, it made him ineligible. It was the right call, whether people like to admit it or not. It was the right call. So,
I'm disappointed.
I like this guy, man.
I'm
a realist, man. I don't like the Cowboys at all. So
I'm disappointed in you, Brian. I thought you would come with some real thunder, but okay, Leslie, I'm counting on you to bring some thunder. Talk to me.
I can't bring any because I was in New Jersey and the only games they had on was the Giants. So I have nothing.
Oh gosh.
I'm sorry, Willie.
I
had to, but I mean, feel bad for me. I had to watch the Giants. It was terrible.
Yeah, we don't really want to spend too much time on our team, or I'm sorry, on that team, because
no.
Well, you know what? Let's say this, because the Giants play Philly next weekend, and the Redskins, not the Redskins, the Commanders play host of the Cowboys. So there's still a lot to be played for by both teams or for both teams. Here's the thing, though. I want to do this because I'm going to ask some questions, all right, to Steven and to Miguel. All right, I'm going to ask a couple of questions, and we're going to play this game. And this game is this game is called this. Did y'all hear that?
Nope.
You didn't hear it? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's try again. Well, no. Okay. All right, y'all heard it that time, right?
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna play a game called shots. I'm gonna take a swig of water after every shot because that's all I got. Miguel, what you got there, my friend?
I got El Tesoro Extra Añejo.
Okay, and
I'm fixing to open it.
Go ahead while you open it. Steven, what you got over there?
I'm a big bourbon guy, so I got some of my Henry McKenna is 10-year aged.
Brian, I think you and I are well underdressed for this, man. I mean, I'm just saying. All right.
I can give you something if you want me to, real quick. It's not a problem.
I'm not going to tell you not to.
Might as well, right?
I'm not going to tell you to do it either. It's up to you. You're a grown man. Look, Leslie, why are you biting your nails, hon?
I'm not. No, it's a hangnail.
It's a hangnail. Okay. All right.
It's driving me crazy. Has been all day.
Steven, this question is for you. And if you get it wrong, you have to take a shot. If you get it right, you have to take a shot. That's why it's called shots. CeeDee Lamb will finish the year as the number 2 receiving yards leader in the league behind Tyreek Hill of the Miami Dolphins. Is that true or false? Or yes or no?
I think it's false. I think Tyreek Hill, I saw him today. There was a aerial view of him. Unfortunately, his house caught on fire. He was in a walking boot, so I don't even know if he plays. And, CeeDee Lamb's maybe, 100 yards, less than 100 yards behind him now. So if Tyreek plays, Lamb will finish second. If Tyreek doesn't play, I think Lamb will catch him.
All right. Well, your answer is right and wrong. So all right, Miguel, you up next, my brother.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Dak Prescott against the Washington Commanders will throw for a minimum of 350 yards. Yes or no?
I will have to agree with you. He will throw probably 349.
349. Okay. You know what it is.
Shut her down.
Shut her down, baby.
This one goes for every Cowboy out there, all over the world. And you know who you are. Go Cowboys.
Leslie, do you want to join in on the shot?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Yeah.
Leslie, the Giants game that you watched this past weekend, what's the worst game that you've ever seen in your life?
Yes. Atlanta.
Brian, you want to get in on? All right. So listen. All right, that's enough of that. Okay. So here we go. Miguel.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about the Cowboys and their chance. I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak, and then of course I'm going to give Steven an opportunity to speak, and we're going to let you guys get up out of here before y'all shout out all your socials and all that good stuff. So the Cowboys, as it currently stands, would be the number 2 seed in the NFC behind the San Francisco 49ers, who we know what happened by the Bay back in week 5 or 4, I think it was. Is it necessary for the Cowboys to hold on to that 2 seed in order for them to get to the NFC Championship game? Should they make it that far? Is that like required for them to be able to get there?
Not necessarily, but we would like to have that divisional title. We hate the Eagles so much, man, we don't want them to have it. So yes, it's very important for us to have that divisional title. And I love my Cowboys, man, and I just heard rumors about Dalvin Cooks being released by the Jets. And if we get him, I would think we would improve chances to beat. And you might think I'm crazy to beat the 49ers. Because that's what we got to go through to go to the Super Bowl.
All right, and yes, it's not a rumor. Dalvin Cook actually he asked the Jets for his release, and they granted it so he could sign with the contender. Dalvin Cook, the Cowboys, might not be such a bad thing, but I think their running back room is kind of crowded as it is. And Dalvin Cook is a similar running back to Tony Pollard. Steve, what do you think about that that potential or that possibility of Dalvin coming to the Cowboys?
I think at this stage in the game, and if you look at our running game all year, it's, almost been non-existent. There's a few games here and there, but Pollard only has 5 touchdowns on the year. I think his last one was back November 30th against Seattle. Dak gets us down there to the red zone, but our issues is, actually punching the ball in. If you look at the Miami game, Pollard got stopped right there at the goal line. That's huge. I mean, that could have potentially won the game for us. So, when it comes to playoffs, I definitely want to take the number 2 seed, simply with the 49ers having the number 1 seed. We will host a game. And if you look, Dallas is 15-0 at home this year. So why not take that advantage and use it? That way we could potentially end up, there's a few teams, New Orleans, the Rams, you're talking Green Bay, that we could end up with playing in AT&T Stadium. So with the number 1 seed going to San Francisco, obviously they get the lower seed. So it'd potentially be an NFC championship matchup against Dallas and San Francisco. And it's the playoffs. You got to put up or show up. If we're supposed to be there and we want to go all the way, you got to prove it. And you've seen time and time again, the 49ers have been our kryptonite. So if you want to take that next step, you got to find some way to beat it. And you can't dodge it. You got to hit it head on.
I think this is what would happen if the 49ers and the Cowboys were to meet again. This is what the 49ers would say to the Cowboys and Cowboys fans all over the world. I'm back. And that explosion at the end, I don't know if that would be the Cowboys winning or if that would be the 49ers winning. But you can best believe that it would be an explosion at the end of that game. All right, one more question for you guys. I'm gonna let you guys get out of here. Do you think, let me put it this way. Jimmy Johnson was enshrined into the Ring of Honor this past weekend. Long overdue. Everybody knows it. A lot of people seem to think that that was the bad karma that was over the Cowboys organization for all of these years. And part of the reason why they have not advanced any further than they have since 1995. Number one, do you guys believe in that sort of karma? And if you do you think that your chances have significantly improved now that JJ is in the ring? Miguel.
Definitely. Jimmy Johnson coming out and showing the support for the Cowboys that he always had. He never gave his back to the Cowboys. He always was a Cowboy. He always will be a Cowboy. And now that he's inducted into the Ring of Honor, man, it was so much for not just the players, but for every fan all over the world. And I think this gesture by Jerry Jones, he's gonna take it to the next level.
Steve?
I'm not one for superstition, but at this point it's been a long time. We're talking since 95. So if that's what it takes and it helps, by all means, welcome to the Ring of Honor, Jimmy.
And Leslie is smiling very hard. I just want to know why.
Oh, I just, how could you not believe in a superstition? I guess that's what I'm just smiling at as a Sox fan.
Brian, your thoughts on bad karma and good karma. Do you think this is going to have an effect on the Cowboys as far as them being able to advance further than they have in the last 30 years almost?
Willie, I'm a baseball player at heart, and baseball players are wildly superstitious. I will say, Amen. Over the years, I've actually lost a little of that superstition. Like I don't think it matters that much anymore. However, karma and good karma, bad karma, 100% believe in that. So, yeah. I mean, if that's what it means, like half these players weren't even alive, when Jerry Jones was when the Cowboys, were winning Super Bowls. So most of them don't even know what all that's about anyway. So I don't think it's going to affect them on the field. But, hey, if it's karma in the atmosphere that's going to help them, they need everything they can get to advance further than they've gotten. So,
well,
if you believe in a curse, it's real. That's how that goes. So
This is what I got to say about it. I don't think San Francisco cares. I don't think the 49ers care one way or the other. The 49ers have the Cowboys number. This game can be played in Dallas. It can be played in San Francisco. It can be played on Mars. It doesn't matter where it's going to be played. The bottom line is that the 49ers that's a terrible matchup for the Cowboys. And I don't think getting Dalvin Cook would put them over the hump. What's going to put them over the hump is their ability to be able to stop the run. And we know that the 49ers can do just that. So it's going to be a very, very interesting postseason. Miguel and Steven, you guys, when we have the Super Bowl preview, should the Cowboys make it, you guys are welcome to come on.
Definitely.
Welcome to come on. All right, before y'all get up out of here, I gotta play it one more time. Maybe again. One more time.
That's me. Jimmy Johnson, this one goes for you and every Cowboy fan out there. Shut it down.
Shut her down. All right, fellas, man. We look forward to talking to y'all out down the road, man. Thank y'all so much for joining on this episode. We'll holler at y'all again real soon.
Appreciate you for having us. Thank you.
All right, man. Peace. Y'all be good. All right, man. There they go. Those guys, man, are just, oh my gosh, they are so funny. Okay. So
I love their enthusiasm. I think that's great. You know, you have your team. Everybody has their team.
Yeah.
And I love people that support their team no matter what.
Gotta love Cowboys fans.
Yeah, definitely. So we appreciate them joining us, man. And like I said, if the Cowboys by some miracle make it to the Super Bowl, we'll definitely have them back on. All right, let's get to.
I feel like you're like lighting a candle or burning sage or something about this, Willie.
Yeah,
about them not making the playoffs, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's I'm in Dallas and it's gonna be unbearable, even more so than it already is. I mean, I might have to.
Dude, I live in Kansas City, so let's talk about unbearable.
I mean, but Kansas City Chiefs fans, they have a right to be
worst
obnoxious.
Fans in the world,
but
no, they don't. Not like that.
You don't think?
Nope. No.
I think they had the right.
They were obnoxious before they even got here.
Well,
they were obnoxious before Patty Mahomes even, signed that contract. So it's just gotten worse.
Well, in that case, then, yeah. But in terms of what they've done recently, they have the right to be obnoxious. I mean,
can I just say something while we're on the Chiefs topic? I didn't even mean to bring it up. Who was that asshat? Excuse me for swearing on your show. Just blaming Taylor Swift for anything.
Is what?
Who was he? Do you know who I'm talking about, Brian?
I'm not sure who it was. But I remember hearing somebody say that Taylor Swift is the reason. He's the reason that they're losing, or she's the reason they're losing.
Yeah.
Look,
she didn't have anything to do with it. Is she playing football that I missed somewhere?
I could say maybe she has an effect on Travis Kelce because maybe he's not as focused, and that's about it. Well, because you got to think football players. They play whether or not they're if they're not focused on getting better and doing their job.
If about Taylor Swift, but
he's literally the only one.
Problems and not being able to play football.
No, I get it, but I'm just saying that he's the only one that has the right for people to say isn't playing well, and she's the reason. But to say the whole team is losing because of Taylor Swift is a little ridiculous.
Yeah. How about because Patty Mahomes can't find a receiver ever?
Yeah, he looks bad this year.
Well, it's not that he can't find them. It's just that when he does find them, he can't catch.
Well, you got both hands on the ball. Any coach will ever tell you have both hands on the ball, you catch the ball. I can catch the ball. Why can't you catch the ball?
Well, that's because you're not dating.
I grew up with
you're not dating
male cousins. I'm good. Let's go.
You're not dating Taylor Swift. That's why you can catch.
Missed out on that one, huh?
Yeah. It's all good. All right. Let's get to why we're here. All right, we're gonna start there. Since Teshia's not here, we gotta give her some love. The Bengals did lose to the Chiefs. The Chiefs were actually a little bit in trouble this game. The fact that they
really were though.
Yeah, the Bengals came out and I think they got on top. What was it, 17-3? or 10-3, something like that.
It was very exciting in New Jersey, let me tell you, because they all hate him as much as we do.
Yeah, I bet. And the thing is, too, is that, the Chiefs actually still had a chance to loot well. If they would have lost this game and the Raiders would have won, then the Raiders would have still had an opportunity to win the AFC West. That's how crazy that was, in the fact that this is
that
not.
Would have been amazing.
But think about it like this, though. Think about it like this. When is the last time we could say that the AFC West Championship came down to week 17 of the year? We haven't been able to say that for at least 7 years.
No. It's fun, though. I love it.
I don't know if it's
way less stressful when your team has no chance of anything. You're just enjoying watching everybody else play.
Right. Right.
Oh, that's a fun game. Oh, let's do that.
Speaking of teams who are not in it, who weren't in it at the time they were getting ready to play, let's just go there to the New England Patriots against the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Patriots hung in. I mean, look, you can't have your quarterback throwing 3 interceptions in the first half.
They don't throw 3 interceptions. They win this game. They throw 1. They throw 2. We might win this game.
I mean,
they should have let Bailey be Bailey and let him,
let it rip.
Hurl the ball, for better words. I mean, honestly, yeah, like let him be himself. You can't run the ball. You can't be like, getting that call from Sandra Bullock in the blind side, run the dang ball. You got to throw the ball. He throws the ball. Let him throw the ball.
Run the dang ball, Bert.
No running for Bailey. No. He's got to throw. And they didn't let him do it. And the O-line, I mean, the problems continue, right? I mean, come on.
So Brian, did you see any of the highlights of the Pats and Bills?
I watched a little bit of it.
I had to watch the game when I got here, by the way.
I watched a little bit of it, and it was like they got punched in the mouth at first. Well, they punched themselves in the mouth at first. Like, it wasn't even the first half; it was the first quarter, I think, that they threw like 3 interceptions. It was all 3 in the first quarter. So, I mean, it's like she said, it's hard. It's hard to win when you do that to yourself.
And so promising in that first couple minutes, honestly. Like, I about stood on the bar I was at in New Jersey. When they go up,
it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because you think like they threw those interceptions early. They could have just like laid down, knowing that they need to lose anyway to get a higher draft pick, and all that. So it's kind of funny that they made an effort to try to come back and win the game. When realistically they didn't want to win it anyway. I mean, in the long run.
I feel like they owned it.
And so if they had to make it look like a game, make it look like they weren't throwing it,
Yeah. Well, with the fact that Bill Belichick is going to be out the door here pretty soon, I don't know if they're
absolutely not leaving, Willie.
Oh.
Billy?
We're going to find out real quick. And Black Monday coming up.
He's not leaving.
In 5 days, right? Yeah, today's Wednesday.
Yep.
Let me ask y'all this. We're hearing so much about Jim Harbaugh. Oh, by the way, shout out to the Michigan Wolverines for beating down Roll Tide. Yes, sir. It was a great game. Your boy came at me, man, on Twitter.
Oh, Raj? Herb?
Yeah. One of them. One of them came at me on Twitter saying, I said, if you can't beat us, join us. And he said, who? I said, Michigan. And he said, I thought you were a Raiders fan. Number one, this is college football. That's what I was thinking. And then number 2, I said, no, I've been a Michigan fan since the days of Anthony Carter. And he said, oh, it's mighty convenient that you come out. You have not talked about the Wolverines all year on your show. So you know what I did? I went to the ShakeBack Media Group.com and I copied my part of the roster that says my favorite teams that has Michigan Wolverines. I copied that and I sent it to him. And he said, no, thanks, sir. I'll decline your offer.
Oh, ouch.
2 things.
Go ahead.
First is mine up because Rock Chalk Jayhawk for life. Secondly, how can you not be a Tom Brady fan if you're a Michigan fan? What is happening right now? You gotta be a Tom Brady fan.
No, because
Yeah.
I'm a Raider
Yes.
fan first.
Listen, to be fair, it's not like he played very much at Michigan.
But he hates the Raiders with a passion. So
like he barely touched the field, in Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, he was the quarterback on the field when we won our last national championship. But that's the reason why he was
he's a winner.
Choice. But anyway, back to what I was going to ask.
Tommy's a winner.
Any chance that Jim Harbaugh winds up in Foxborough?
No.
I mean, look, with this allegations crap that's going on, I mean, I don't think that's over. So he's definitely probably going to the NFL depending on what happens. So,
well, he's already hired
New England.
He's already hired an agent for to talk on his behalf. As a matter of fact, he has the same agent as Sean Payton, the head coach for the Broncos.
Sounds it sounds like he's the heir apparent to Mr. Belichick. That's what it sounds like.
No.
Yeah,
you know what it sounds like to me is that he's hired a lawyer that like Matt Lauer would hire. Absolutely not.
Matt Lauer.
Hey man, Harbaugh made it to the Super Bowl against his brother. Maybe you want him.
I don't care. Do not care. Billy's staying. The end. Move on.
Okay, we'll move on because she said so.
Fair enough.
All right, so your Jags.
All right, so there you go.
Your Jags, Brian, 26-0 over the Panthers. So they go out and defeat a JV team basically with their second string quarterback in CJ Beathard. The running game did get going. Pitching a shutout is always good. I don't care who you play. So does that ease any of your anxiety going into week 18 and the tilt that is waiting for you against the Titans up in Nashville?
No.
Right answer, Brian.
Listen. We beat a team that is inept on offense that couldn't move the ball. I'm not gonna give like all the credit to them just being terrible. Defense has to do something. You got to play well for the most part, but I mean, Carolina's just an awful team. My thing is like they're so awful that they don't even have their pick. So they're not trying to lose games. They're trying to win games, and they just can't. So it's kind of funny, But anyway, it was nice to get that win. I mean, I was a tad bit nervous. I'm not gonna lie, even against Carolina because of CJ Beathard at the quarterback. You don't have any idea what's gonna happen when your second string quarterback's playing. Hopefully Trevor's back next week or this coming weekend. But it didn't ease any. I'm gonna be nervous this entire week and all the way through Sunday. Even though I feel like we have the Titans number, I'm sure we'll talk about that. And but we put a good whooping on them in Jacksonville, so we'll see.
Yeah, and the fact that they won at home was a miracle in itself.
Oh, can I say one more thing too?
Yeah.
This is a very bittersweet game because we had to win it. But the one game that I did not want Travis Etienne to get going happened to be this game. And I know you don't like fantasy football, but I was against Teshia in the championship game. She has Etienne. I lost by 0.5 points in the championship game. 0.5. That's 5 yards, just so anybody knows. Somewhere.
Yeah.
She told me.
Yeah. I'm not happy.
I need to start playing fantasy again because every time I'd play, if I finished dead last, the Patriots win the World Series. Good Lord. The Super Bowl.
Well, my other league
played for like
dead last, so
6 years conveniently.
Hey, what is that in your hand? Leslie?
This?
What? No, it was another thing.
Oh, it's the strainer to strain my
okay.
martini. So my boss, because she loves me, gave me this thing and it infuses your vodka into a cosmopolitan.
How about that?
Whatever it takes to get you there, huh?
I mean, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. So
just in case anybody's wondering.
So before we let's just get to the Raiders and then we'll move on to some bold statements that I'm going to make. And I don't have the video that I thought I had but I want to get you guys' opinion about a story that came out of Charlotte involving this particular game and Carolina Panthers owner Dave Tepper. So the Raiders go to Indianapolis and lose to the Colts 23-20. Devontae Adams has 13. Huh?
Couldn't do one job. Couldn't do one job
for
me. We couldn't do one thing for me.
Well, we were talking about the ref situation earlier, and we kind of got cheated too. Because
they're all defending Patty Mahomes and his bullshit game.
She won't let me say it, will she?
No.
Look, we got cheated too because Jack Jones was not offsides when he barreled in to block that field goal, and they called offsides on him, and that gave the Colts another opportunity to kick the field goal because they missed that one. Had we been able to,
proves my point. They were busy defending Patty Mahomes.
Can you leave Patrick Mahomes for a minute and let me get my crying out? I need to cry a little bit.
I feel like they're kind of coincided, but go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So he was not off, and had that not been the case, we would have gotten the ball at like the 40-yard, like the 40-yard line, because it was a 50-yard field goal. So we would have gotten the ball at the 40-yard line, only needing a field goal to either take the lead or possibly even win.
Right.
But it didn't happen. Aiden O'Connell, to me, is showing that he is not ready to be the starting quarterback in the NFL. I think they like him a lot. I actually think he's okay. He's going to have a lot of development in the offseason if he's going to compete for the number one gig. I would love to see the Raiders finish the season strong against the Broncos. We're going to get to that here in just a second. So Antonio Pierce can secure that job. What are you smiling at now, Leslie?
I'm just laughing because you're, complaining about your quarterback. God, I don't know what that's like.
You don't?
The sarcasm just washed over me. Sorry.
No. You can't say that no more.
I can. Absolutely. Like if they would have let Bailey be Bailey, I couldn't say it. But they didn't. So I can.
But Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones are your quarterbacks now. So you have
Mac Jones. Bye.
What my point is that you can't say that you don't know what it feels like. You absolutely do know what it feels like.
With sarcasm, right? That's exactly. Yeah, I was sarcasm.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you was trying.
Yeah.
I thought you was trying to get jazzy. I thought you was trying to get jazzy with me, Brian.
No.
I'm sorry. Is it like 2004? And Tom Brady just became my quarterback? No, it's not.
Man, Tom Brady is no longer in the NFL. He's the Raiders. He's one of the owners for the Las Vegas Raiders. You want to talk about that?
Oh, I could make them my second favorite team because of that reason.
Okay, well then let's talk about that at another time. All right, so let's continue on. I've got a new segment, and it is called, Okay, no more for you. I've got a new, and it's called Crush or Flush. And the thing is, I'm going to make some statements. And if you are believing of the statements, then you are crushing on them. If you don't believe the statements, then guess what? You're going to flush it down the toilet. And it just so happens, ladies and gentlemen, that I have the crush and I also have the flush. So, without further ado, are we ready?
Let's get it.
All right. Leslie, this is for you.
Oh, God.
Mac Jones will be on your roster in 2024. Are you crushing on it?
Flush. Bye. Flush.
An emphatic flush right there, Willie.
Bye. Like I heard Mac Jones, I'm like, done. Flush, flush, flush.
Okay.
Flush.
Lush.
I'd rather have Howard from K-State, and I'm telling you right now that is a really emphatic statement. If you don't know who Howard is from K-State, then
who is he?
I'd rather have him.
Oh,
he's the QB on K-State. Yeah,
he's not on K-State anymore. He's transferring to USC, just so you know.
He's transferring to USC?
Yep.
He is transferring to USC. Yeah, I know. He entered the roster, but yeah, the portal. But no, absolutely not. Like,
okay. Fair enough.
My poor dad's name is Howard, and so we wanted to get him a Howard jersey. He's like, no, don't do it. He's terrible.
Fair enough. All right, Brian.
No, bye. See you later.
Here's one for you, Brian.
Okay.
If the Jaguars happen to lose to the Titans and lose out in going to the playoffs, Doug Peterson is going to walk away from being the head coach of the Jaguars. Crush or flush?
Not flush. Yeah, flush.
Okay.
No, it won't be over just because of that. Not 1 year or not one time. Mm-mm. Nope.
You just hate our coaches.
Everybody loves Dougie P, baby. Dougie P.
Yeah, I mean, I wish Greg was on here to talk about that.
Right.
And actually, Greg is going to be on the Super Show next week, where we start breaking, or we break down the playoffs and who we think is going to do what and all that other great stuff. So shows on Tuesday and Wednesday at 6:00 Central Time, right here all over the ShakeBack Media Group platform. So y'all make sure y'all step in and tune into that. Okay, one more crush or flush. Leslie.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick.
My Lord and Savior.
No, you can't say that on this show.
It was sarcasm. I'm so sorry if that did not come across that way. Sarcasm. I can't say my other statement on this network, so I'm going to refrain, but it was just sarcasm.
Okay, we got you. Well, be that as it may, your Lord and Savior, Bill Belichick.
Belly, if you must.
Belly, okay, also known as Belly.
Indeed. It's his new nickname, everybody. Hop on the board.
This is his last year in New England.
No.
Wait. But only as a general manager. Only as a general manager, not the head coach.
Crush.
All right. See? You were so look, Brian, did you see the look on her face?
I did.
She was so ready to.
He is not leaving.
She was so ready to pounce. She was so ready to pounce. Didn't even give me a chance.
He's not leaving. My belly, listen, Bill for life. Bill for life.
Okay.
But as GM, he can go. I'm fine with it.
Okay. All right. I got a college one for you, for Brian.
Okay.
Because your Sooners unfortunately lost to Arizona in the Texas Alamo Bowl in San Antonio. You were there.
I was there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that out loud? Oh my God!
Why'd you give him the "I love you" sign? You did this.
Well, so was Rock, but I feel like this is better.
Oh, okay.
This is more nice.
Okay. All right. So, Brian, here you go.
I know sign language for all those who care to know that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I know sign language too, but I'm not going to do it on this program. All right. So
I'm fluent.
So Brian, check this out. That game between Washington and Texas.
Yep.
I think it was a remarkable game. Quinn Ewers, I saw that kid play in high school. He went to South Lake. My son's school played South Lake his senior year, and I have never seen a high school quarterback shred a defense the way that dude did, or any defense for that matter. With this performance in the Sugar Bowl, Texas is going to be something to reckon with in the SEC for the next couple of years. Crush or flush? Put your hand down.
Trash. Bye.
I mean, I'm gonna have to say crush. I mean, and that pains me to say that. But
Brian,
I know they're
Texas.
No, I hate Texas.
Dude.
I hate them. I hate them
I
as
know,
much as
that's
Willie
what I'm
hates.
saying.
As much as Willie hates the Chiefs, I hate the Longhorns as much, if not
As
more.
much as Willie hates
But-
Dallas,
but-
that's how much I hate them.
Here's the problem.
Texas.
Here's the problem. They are a good team. They've shown to be a good team. They can
They're
run
trash.
with, they can run with the best of them. Now look, if that means that they're competing, that means OU's competing because we beat them already this year. So just saying, I think we both go in and compete next year in the SEC. Just my opinion.
Okay.
No.
Absolutely.
Absolutely no. No.
You can
Oh.
tell me who they're not going to compete against. I mean,
I mean,
I'm just saying they may not. They're going to have trouble with Georgia.
Baby, I'm from
have trouble with
Kansas.
Alabama.
Who the
That's
hell
it.
am I picking right now?
That's it. Alabama, Georgia,
hold on, Leslie. Hold on, Leslie. Hold on.
Ole
Hold on.
Miss. Maybe.
Yeah, but I'm like you, man. I've seen enough of that team this year to really believe that they're gonna make some waves in the Southeastern Conference. I believe that from what I've seen out of that team, and the fact that Ewers is only what, a sophomore or a junior. He's a junior. I think
Yeah,
he's
he
a
could
junior.
have came out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he said he's coming back for sure. So
And they have Arch Manning behind him.
yeah, can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, in the third, fourth quarter ish, roughly, when Texas was down, that's all ESPN could talk about was maybe it's time that Sarkisian goes to the backup, goes to Arch, and they just kept showing Arch Manning on the sidelines. I mean, it wasn't like Ewers was playing. He played a horrible third quarter. They didn't have the ball. I mean, they turned the ball over a lot, so they didn't play much. He hardly seen them on the field in the third quarter. But I'm sorry why would you make that change if you've been with the guy all year? I mean, I know Alabama did it. Nick Saban, he's a different cat, so I get he did it.
Right.
But there's no way that they're going to put a quarterback who's never even seen the field in college in a playoff game. It's
Not like that. Not at that
And
time.
I don't think
no.
Arch Manning is that great anyway. I think he's probably worst out of all the Mannings, even worse than Eli. He will be. Just saying.
I don't know. Eli's got 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
He does, but we don't need to
Brian?
talk about that.
I love you so much for that statement.
I hate Eli. I can't stand Eli. Although he's funny now.
God.
He's funny now. On TV, him and Peyton, they're hilarious. But
Yeah, they are pretty
hated the
funny.
guy when he was playing.
Hilarious. I don't need to remember.
He was
Yeah.
on that level
Anything
of he was on that
outside.
level of Daniel Jones hate for me
Mhm.
when he was playing. So
I mean,
Eli to the Patriots is what the Yankees were to Pedro.
right.
That's
That's
all
true.
there is to it.
Yeah. He was the actually it was the pass rush of the Giants that was Tom Brady's and the Patriots kryptonite. That's what it was.
yeah, Eli was just a game manager. He
But-
threw up a prayer that
Game manager.
his receiver makes an all world catch. He just threw it up. That wasn't Eli.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. We got one more thing to get to. It's the hashtag look ahead. And of course,
Can I tell you how many notes I had about the Patriots game that I didn't even get to talk about? That's all right. Don't
that
worry
happens
about it.
sometimes. it's
Brought in
always,
these Cowboys. Brought in
it's
these Cowboys.
always
That's what
better
happens.
to be over
Damn
prepared.
Cowboys taking my stuff.
Blame it on the Cowboys.
Come on.
You'll get your chance. Well, maybe not, because after this week they're not playing anymore,
Nope. And Belichick won't be there. So
and Belichick won't be there.
Oh, he is staying. God bless America. He is staying. He is staying. Belly staying. Belly for life.
You know
And
what?
by the way, I want to say a shout out to all these. Sorry, Billy. All
What?
these people who are rooting for a loss. You got a great pick. Shut up. They're not picking your person anyway. Joe Alt, let's go. Notre Dame for life. Let's go.
Notre Dame. How'd they
Notre
sneak in
Dame.
here?
Oops.
they're like a cockroach. They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. Here's
Notre
your
Dame.
here's
Irish Catholic. Sorry.
here's your nerd note for this episode. Brian, you missed it last episode. I gave a nerd note about the Jaguars and the Panthers, and it was like, which cat is going to win this fight? And then I said, do you guys know that the Jaguars have the strongest bite of any big cat in the world? And they were like, Teshia and Leslie were like, no. I'm like, well, that's why I'm the nerd and you guys aren't. So here's another nerd note. Cockroaches have been around for millions of years. They are the only species that will survive a nuclear attack.
Yes.
I did know that.
You didn't know that? Okay.
Shout
I did
out,
know that.
shout out to my alma mater, Topeka High School, as a high school.
Wow, they got
They
roaches?
made the yearbook. The yearbook. They made the yearbook. I graduated. They're about yay big.
Cockroaches?
And they would crawl. Yeah, they would crawl out of your locker.
That's brutal.
It's the first $1 million high school west of Mississippi.
With roaches.
Oh yeah, whatever. It's fine. I had dead rats at the bottom of the pool. We named them Bob and Will, I think, until the first swim meet.
Did you swim?
They didn't clean them out.
Were you on the swim team?
Yeah, I'm a distance swimmer. I'm a miler.
How about that?
Yeah, I can't swim at all. So anyway.
I'll teach you. It's
No,
very
I don't want to learn.
easy to swim. No, got you.
I got water phobia.
Nope.
No.
Drowning is the most peaceful way to die. So just embrace that and we can teach how to swim.
Well, you have to come to Dallas for that. And I ain't paying you. So
Cheap flight. Let's go.
cheap suits. Cheap suits. All right.
Cheap suits.
How cheap? Cheap as hell. All right. That's another random movie. That's something else about me too, y'all, is that I just throw out random movie quotes here and there. My wife hates my guts for it because number one, she doesn't ever know what I'm talking about. And I feel like if she knew what I was talking about, it would be funny to her. But you know what it is what it is.
I got it.
Huh?
Cheap suits. Yep.
Cheap suits.
Cheap
All right, Brian.
suits.
All right, Brian. So the Jaguars, as we mentioned earlier in the show, will be playing at Tennessee in Nashville. What is it? Is it Nissan Stadium still?
I don't know. I don't care.
The one that's on the river over there near downtown Nashville.
Right.
Any nervousness at all about this?
There's obviously nervousness because there's a slight chance that you lose and then you actually don't make the playoffs. So there's still a chance of that happening. So of course there's nervousness there. I don't know if Trevor's going to play or not. From what I can hear, I'm pretty sure he is. So we just got to do the same thing we did to him last time. Stop Derrick Henry, put pressure on the young quarterback. It's that simple.
Mm-hmm.
Then it doesn't matter. On the other side of the ball, just take care of it. Run the ball well. I mean, look, if Etienne can pop off like he did last weekend, we'll be all right.
Run the dang ball, Bert.
Run the dang ball.
You'll be fine.
Run the dang ball, Bert.
Run the dang ball.
And so here's
my best Sandra Bullock Texas impression.
I love Sandra Bullock. Oh my gosh. Okay, I might need to let me stop.
Speed.
Let me stop. Yeah,
Speed.
let me stop. Let me pour some water over my head because that woman, man. Oh my gosh.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Calm down, Willie. Calm down.
What was I saying?
Woo! Sandy. I would have known that.
Oh yeah, what I was saying was so Brian, if the Jags lose, but the Texans win. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's going to get more complicated than that. They have to win, right? Or they're out.
Who? Texans?
Yeah, no. Your team.
Well,
No.
so, they still have a shot at the wild card. So
How?
There's other teams can lose as well, and they would have a chance at the wild card. So they wouldn't be eliminated if they lose. Not immediately.
Oh,
Not necessarily.
Yeah, exactly. There's I don't know if this was before week 17 or it's before week 18, but there was 22 teams, which is a record, that still had a shot at the playoffs, which is unreal. That's just the parody of NFL this year. So it wouldn't shock me to see something terrible like that happen. But I would like to I'm not putting that in the air, though. We're going to win for a double.
Unless you're the Patriots, and then you can just watch everybody else have fun.
Right, yeah. All season long, you've just been watching
Have
everybody
fun,
else.
everybody.
Or the Raiders for that matter. So,
Ugh.
I mean,
But you were close. I was like,
nah, you were way not close. But here's the thing, though. In Bill Belichick's last game as the GM for the Patriots, and possibly even the head coach.
No. On this,
Black
Belly
Monday.
is
Black
my
Monday's
lover.
coming.
Let's move on.
Hey, when we do
No.
the super show, will he be there or will he not be there?
Belly is not leaving.
Twitter question: yes or no? On the poll at Twitter or on Twitter at ShakeBack Media Group. Come Monday, will Bill Belichick be or not be the head coach of the Boston Patriots?
The New England Patriots?
The Foxborough Patriots.
Do not try to confuse me with this question. It's the New England Patriots. And yes, he will be the head coach because Belly is not leaving.
I want that. I
Billy
need that
is
poll. I
not
want to see
leaving
what
as
else
head coach.
I think we need to put a wager on
Not
this.
leaving. Oh, I'll bet you all day, any day on this subject.
Okay, well, hang
When they
back.
win their next game, whatever.
After we're done with the show, we're going to talk about it. All right, so the Raiders will be playing home to Denver. This is Antonio Pierce's final audition for the head coaching position.
Raiders.
Some people seem to think that he's got it locked up.
He's got it locked up, babe.
You think he's got it locked up? Y'all think he's got it locked up?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He beat the Chargers, 60 what?
It's a complete
60
turnaround. Complete turnaround from what they were.
He's got it.
It's not even close. Like, you got to give that guy a shot.
Yeah.
Although Al Davis is kind of an idiot. So
Mark Davis.
Mark Davis. Yeah, Mark Davis, kind of an idiot.
Yeah.
He doesn't just look like one. He is one.
Yeah, well, that could be a lot said about that. All right, we got a final comment here. Of course, George checking in from the home of the possible AFC Defensive Player of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, and the number 5 seed in the playoffs in the AFC. Cleveland, Ohio, the Browns home to 5 starting quarterbacks this year. Kevin Stefanski will be Coach of the Year. I believe that. And for Rachel, and for Sapphire, and for Kate, and for Brandy Fairfax, all y'all up there in Cleveland that hate that dude's guts, I know y'all are kissing the ring right now. So that's just what it is. All right, guys. Y'all got any final thoughts before we bounce up out of this mug for the final regular season show of the season?
Belly for life, peeps. Come on, New England. Belly for life. You know you're right. Just embrace it.
Willie, what year is it?
It is 2024.
No, it's not.
Dynasties are forever.
No, it's not. Where did Joe Flacco come from? Where did Joe Flacco come from?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that?
He went to Delaware.
I mean, I'm just saying. Look, it's a travesty if that dude don't win Comeback Player of the Year.
Oh yeah, he's gonna win it.
He better win that.
No, wait a minute. Baker Mayfield, with all due respect, has done pretty good.
He has, and it pains me to say that Flacco literally came off the couch and is like lighting people up. In fact, I think he made the Browns a contender with their defense, a legit contender in the AFC. They're going to beat the Ravens. They will beat the Ravens.
Can I say that they might as well be from Missouri, which is Missouri for those of you not from Kansas?
State of Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
State of Missouri.
State of Missouri. It's Missouri.
I did my boot camp
same
up
thing.
there.
The God Bless Them Maroon 5 song, I Am Missouri, is actually about the state of Missouri.
How about that?
For those that don't know.
How about that?
I'm in Missouri.
How about that?
How about
He
that?
didn't know it when he wrote it, but I mean, it's just facts.
I think it's time to go. I need y'all to hang back, though. Leslie, I need you to hang back after the show. Brian, I appreciate you once again, brother. You always bring the fire. Of course, we thank Steve and Miguel for tuning in, the Cowboys fans. It's Leslie. It's Brian. It's Teshia. Get well, girl. Willie Epstein Jr., Show Sho Nuff Divided.
Feel better, Tesh.
Y'all hug each other. Y'all love each other. We'll holler at y'all again real soon. Peace. We out.